You, Nick, hit up the yeah. You do the sponsors.
The sponsors? All right, I got it covered, man. All right,
Yeah,
guys.
because then we're just gonna roll, man.
We're just gonna be rolling today. I can feel it. I got the mojo. You guys got some superstars over here in the house for episode 41 of the Start Build Grow Show. And you know, this has been an episode I've been excited for a while. We had a chance to connect with Mr. Heath Hicks over here. I think it was at the Best of Success is where we first kind of connected and got to know each other a little bit, and then saw each other again in Austin, Texas. For the Job Nimbus, Solution Summit. So we went back to back. And, you know, speaking of Job Nimbus, I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors before we get going, right? So we're always sponsoring people that are helping us share our knowledge with you guys to hopefully grow your businesses. Job Nimbus, Boss Up Solutions, RoofingInsurance.com. You guys need any of those kind of solutions for your business, make sure you're checking it out. But today we got some fire, guys. We got two roofers who are some big dogs over here, some big dogs. But the biggest thing about these guys is they're not just big dogs in the roofing industry. They're trying to do more stuff. And you can just tell. I mean, if you guys ever have a chance to sit down and talk to these guys, they're not here to be, you know, selling roofs and do that kind of stuff. They're here to make an impact, right? They're here to create a culture. They're here to make an impact on you guys and hopefully grow your business. Heath, thank you so much for joining us today, man.
Yeah, my dude. Good to see you, man. This has been kind of a long time coming. Yeah. I know when I got the first opportunity to kind of sit there and I watched you speak at the Best of Success conference, and I was like, that's my guy. That's like my kind of guy. And then sure enough, afterwards, it was like, boom, you and I connected, and then all of a sudden it was like sparks started flying. And I'm looking forward to having this conversation with you, and hopefully dropping some knowledge and sharing some of the love with all the other roofers and contractors out there that loyally watch this show. Speaking of, thank you for watching this show, everybody. You know the drill. Make sure to comment, interact with us. Tell us you love us, tell us you hate us, make fun of us, whatever you want to do. We love interaction, and we're looking forward to a great show. And as always, we definitely want to interact with you and answer your comments and questions and that sort of thing. So feel free to fire away. The more interactivity, the better. And make sure to share this out, whether you're watching it live or you're watching on the replay later. Share it with your loved ones, you know, your family, your friends, maybe even with your kids. I don't know. It might get a little scary for the kids, so maybe not the kids. What's up, Heath? Welcome to the show, man.
Hey, man. Thanks for having me. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, man. Well, you know, hey, guys, also with the questions, remember, guys, we have two guys right here that have generated nearly $50 million in revenue. So if you guys have any questions about growing your business, right, taking your business to the next level, this is free education right here, right? So make sure that you guys are taking full advantage of this, all right? So I kind of talked about this briefly before, was the whole aspect of purpose and what you guys are here doing, right? You guys are trying to do more. You guys are highly getting engaged in the community, doing whatever you guys can to help these people out. Let's start out with the purpose, right? I think every business and every business owner needs a purpose, right? And we're going to talk more about what you guys are doing for the communities and stuff like that. But let's start with Heath. Man, why are you doing what you're doing? You know, I know you're at the office right now, late 7:30 out in Texas. Why are you doing what you're doing? What's your purpose, man?
So I say my purpose is twofold. First and foremost, I want to take care of people that I love, you know, and that's not just my family, although it starts with my family. When I bought this company and started growing it, I had a drive to give opportunities to all the guys that I've known and loved for the last 10, 15, 20 years of my life. And, you know, it's funny today, most of them work here, you know, most of my best in life work here. And we work great together. People always say, well, what's it like to work with your friends? You know, it's great. I love them. They love me. So, you know, I mean, of course, we're going to have pros and cons of working with your friends, but I'm committed to them and I'm here for them. So it doesn't make it necessarily harder for me, you know, because I guess in some situations it would make it harder if you're trying to be self-serving, you know. It's harder to do that with people that you love. They're going to call you out for your BS, but I love that. I want to be a regular dude, you know, no matter what happens. And so I do it for the people that I love. And then secondarily, you know, for the customers that we work with, I want to be able to love them as well. You know, when I did the job of a project manager for 7 years, I grew to love many of my customers, hanging out with their families, playing with their kids, you know, helping them listening, to their problems as they're crying on the back porch and we're talking about the hardships of life and stuff. I love that. That's what drives me to do it. So knowing that if I put my heart and soul into it, I can give them a better experience than most other roofers, if not any other roofers, that just drives me to keep doing it.
That's amazing, man. And you can see it shows. What about you, Randy?
You know what, man? And that's another reason why I love my man Heath here. We're in the same boat. I mean, I look around my office and look at my sales team, my production team, and it's, my sister runs a company. My best friend in the world is my business partner. We grew up, we met in children's church when we were 11 years old. We went to high school together. We always joked around about, hey, someday, as we're getting like expelled and kicked out and doing stupid crap, it's like someday we're going to grow up and we're going to have a business together, and our kids are going to grow up and they're going to be doing stuff together. And next thing you know, it's like we just have this flourishing business, and all of our family, our extended family, our friends, and their extended family and their friends are all being taken care of for this entity, this creation of a company that we come up with. So well, I'm on the same page there, man. And to define it, literally what our why statement is to challenge our industry status quo and create opportunities for people. That's what this company is all about. And that's why we do what we do with sharing the knowledge and sharing our experiences and sharing our quote unquote secrets, if you will, is we want other people to be able to experience the incredible life that a great business such as this can give you. Yeah.
So this is where I actually want to take it now too, because it's interesting. Heath, when did you purchase the company?
Let's see. I worked here for a year and a half, and then I bought it 3 years and 2 months ago, something like that.
Okay. So as soon as you took over and you purchased the company, what did that look like? What did that first year look like? What did you do? What kind of impact did you have on the company right off the bat?
Okay, so let's talk about the purchase process. So when I purchased the company, there was another group of people, I'll say, that were running the company, and they were not doing so well, and they were, maybe not handling the proceeds from the company maybe in a good way. And so the widow, the original owner, had passed away, and so I was helping to run the company and kind of get it leveled out and out of debt for the widow. And great lady, and ended up selling it to me, to quite a surprise to the other people that were running the company at the time. And they jumped me in my office, tried to beat me up, punched holes in the walls, turned the place over, and were really upset.
Wow.
They lost their access to the gravy train, and I didn't foresee it going that way. I didn't know about all that stuff. That was all stuff that kind of came out over time. I thought they were going to be happy that I bought it instead of her selling it to somebody else that we didn't know. They may have just fired everybody and started over again. But it was a very tumultuous time, in our initial month, because we went from, there was 7 or 8 people here when I bought it, to by the time I actually got through and was running the company, it was me by myself. There was nobody here. And
it was just you.
Just me. Wow. Day, there was one of my good buddies that had worked and I'd known for a long time came in and helped me. So day 2, there were 2 people. And, that's quite disheartening, because I had a whole pipeline of work going and I didn't have anybody in the office to do this or do that or help me, bill it or any of that stuff. And we just took off hard charging and did the best we could. And I had a bunch of my buddies and people in town that decided to join in. And we were doing about $1 million, $1.5 million the previous years. When I went to the Small Business Council around here and was making plans to buy the company, I had pretty daring projections of trying to get to 5 million in revenue in 5 years, from our $1 million a year. And we did 5 million in the first 12 months.
Let's go.
I mean, major growth. I mean, there's 500% growth essentially in a year, and trying to keep up with that. But my goal in the first, year or 6 months was really to build systems that would support us through year 3 to 5. And so I overbuilt the systems and I overhired the people in the office because I knew that they needed time to adjust and get ready to be able to handle the flow from year 2 and 3. And so that was my goal in the first year, was to build the systems that would make us through years 3 to 5. And we did 5 million that year. We did 10 million the next year. We did 20 million this year. And so we have been explosively growing, and it's been painful and challenging and awesome and exciting and everything all at the same time,
Oh man, I feel like we're I'm looking in a mirror again. We've had like almost the exact same path. Yeah. My first few years were a lot, we just kind of chugged along trying to figure things out, right? Just kind of making mistakes and just kind of chugging along. And then we figured out that, all right, if we can systematize this and create like a systemized, duplicatable, repeatable process, and we can dial in our purpose, dial in our hiring and onboarding process, we can really scale this thing. The market opportunity is there. So once we got that part in our heads and really started focusing on the systemization of the business, that's when we overhired. We had more people on, knowing that, hey, if we can have a lot of people on, we can develop them into positions that really fit naturally with their God-given strengths. And then all of a sudden, boom, you have this foundation for growth that you can handle. And then all of a sudden, salespeople start coming and they want to work here. They're teaming up and working well together, and the brand is being built at the same time. Next thing you know, we went from, I think, 3 to 5 to 6 to 7 to 12 to 20, in a 5-year span. And it's been pretty crazy. But if it weren't for that forecasting or that vision of, if we're going to get to this, 20 or more mark, we have to build a really solid foundation now and start building that now in order to get there.
Right. Okay. So, you talked about, bringing on your friends, bringing on family, working with your friends and family. But now you're in a situation where you just purchased this company. Oh, what we got here? We got a visitor?
I'm just going to introduce the family. This is the wife, Stevie.
Hi.
And
say hi to Stevie, everybody.
I'm going to bring the boys in too, so you can say hi.
Bring them in. Bring them in. Yeah. So, you were talking about, hiring friends and family, right? But now you just purchased this business and you have zero now. You got nobody working for you. Yeah. What does the hiring process look like? What are you selling? Who are you bringing in?
You silly bear. Hey.
Little guy.
Say hi.
Were these
What's up, man?
Were these the first hires over here?
Right.
That's the future. How old is your kiddo?
This one's 4.5. His name is Atlas. And over here, this is Phoenix. He's just turned 6 months like yesterday. So.
Awesome. I have a 4-year-old boy and then a almost 1-year-old girl.
Nice.
So almost the same age, everything. They're in there playing Legos right now.
Yeah,
so when Heath talks about when he first started at AVCO, actually the first buying AVCO being a tumultuous time, when he first started at AVCO, it was tumultuous too, in a sense that, whenever you start in this kind of business, even as like a sales rep or something, it takes a while before you even start making any money. It was a huge leap of faith taking on the job for the widow of the previous owner of the company, because it was about 6 weeks before Atlas was due to be born. And so, I mean, he was, he'd been making pretty steady paychecks, at least up until that point. And so I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, because I switched companies at that point, right as he was about to be born. I left one company that I knew I was going to lose a lot of money in my pipeline. They were never going to pay me. So I knew in leaving, I was giving up a bunch of money, and I had to create this new opportunity at this new company. And so knowing that he was coming, I went like full on dad mode and sold I think I sold 110 jobs that year or something like that, Yeah.
It's incredible when you have some family, a little extra family motivation, right? I mean, that's something you can learn from for when hiring salespeople and stuff, that sort of thing as well. I mean, a sales guy that's just trying to, make enough money for beer money on the weekends is a different story than that sales guy that's trying to provide for his family.
Yeah, totally. We've had the best luck in hiring guys that have families and have some demand on their life and have some responsibility they're trying to keep and take a hold of.
We get paternity too.
Yeah. Hey, buddy, you guys got to go.
Stevie, real quick though, Stevie, what were you telling Heath when he was about to take over and you're about to give birth to a child? Like, what was that support like? What was that conversation like?
I mean, honestly, so like this sounds like probably like rose-colored glasses, but Heath's pretty wise, especially in heavy matters like this. He's never made like a hugely stupid decision thus far. And so, and already up to that point, we had already been through like probably the hardest financial stuff we could have possibly been through. where he had basically worked on a 6-month-long job that he didn't end up getting paid for.
Yeah.
And so that just somebody reneged on their contract, and it ended up being really terrible. And so knowing that we were able to work through that, I just thought, like, worst comes to worst, and this just doesn't work out. We'll be able to work it out.
We'll make it.
I was teaching at the time, and we'll be able to make it work. But
we definitely.
I thought, I trust you, and this just feels. It just felt like a sign, because the previous owner had approached Heath many times, saying, I really love for you to work for me. I just don't know what would happen to my company if I weren't around to run it. That he said that more specifically the last time he met with Heath. And then a week later, he had a stroke.
Yeah.
And then
my God.
Over the course of the week, he slowly just degenerated in the hospital and died. Yeah. And so that was like, you got to go work for AVCO.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So at that time,
that's an element of life and business that we have no control over, right? I mean, that's just the faith element that there's this, you look at a lot of large, very successful, very intriguing business stories, and there's a certain element where you get to where you literally have no other option but to have faith and move forward.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, and I think
that's the untold story in a lot of entrepreneurial journeys.
Oh, totally. Well, and we were climbing out of financial ruin at this time, because that job that they reneged on me, I literally had 6 months of hard work, and it was so busy.
We'd eaten to all of our savings.
Yeah, I didn't do any other work for 6 months.
We were using the gift cards from our wedding presents.
Oh my God!
To get groceries and stuff. We were.
I still have one of them saved. It's got like 32 cents left on it or something.
Yeah.
I have it marked Sharpie.
Yeah.
Just because I remember like gathering the gift cards and going, okay, like, do we have enough to get groceries?
Yeah, that was
because
that was 7 Christmases ago. We were scraping together gift cards to buy groceries. Because that job hurt me so bad, because I drained through my savings, I drained through my tax account, and it was totally going to be worth it because it was a $2.5 million job. It was a giant summer camp with 200 buildings on the property. And I worked and worked and worked and worked, and then they just 2 weeks before the job, they reneged and went somewhere else, and I was left with nothing. So
and then we were living off of the $200 a week I was making.
Yeah.
Wow. Were you a project manager for a general contractor before, or was this something to do with roofing, or what was it?
Sales. Yeah, I was roof sales at another company. Yeah, I was.
Gotcha. Okay.
And we were climbing out of that, and we started to kind of get some money back in our hands and kind of get back leveled on our feet, and we had some savings built up, and we were talking, with each other, what should we do with this money? Because we don't even own a house yet. Should we buy a house? And we really felt like, we talked about it, of course, but we felt like
own a car. Own a car, or no, I think we did at that point. Okay.
They were not nice, but we decided, we'll save this money for an opportunity in business, because we feel like that's where we're supposed to be. And return on investment in this house is going to be 10 or 20 years down the road. So let's just save this money. And we had to be so disciplined.
We had my savings for my COA. That we went ahead and used.
Yeah. So to this point where I was saving all this money, and she had a $500 car, and I had a $5,000 truck, and we lived in a $650 a month rent house. But I saved more than $80,000, knowing that there was an opportunity coming, being disciplined, not spending it, not going out to eat, not buying stuff, her car, dude, I'm telling you, it was terrible. It was terrible.
Oh yeah. My wife had the roll up windows, barely even, barely even,
So, but I knew that there was a vision, there was an opportunity coming, and we just had to wait, and we had to save, and we had to be patient. And, we got out of living, with nothing, but then we decided to live with as little as possible to save money for our opportunities. So when the opportunity for this came up,
that's the way that we grew up too, and so it really wasn't so out of the norm, I guess.
Yeah.
To drive the car that I drove, it was like
but if you would have seen
the nicest car I've ever driven.
But if you'd have seen this house, it was $650 a month. It was a 1930 farmhouse.
The walls were doing the chimney was like pulling it into the ground.
It was in the middle of a field. didn't have a driveway to it. I literally drove through the grass.
And not like a Joanna Gaines farmhouse, not like the cute or a house that some like maybe cows might have actually lived in.
Yeah, it was terrible. But you know, we knew there was an opportunity coming, so we lived as disciplined as we could and saved that money up. And when the opportunity for this business came up, because it had been given to other people already that just didn't do it or waited too long or couldn't get the money, I literally went straight to the bank and I came back with cash and I put it down on their desk and I said, I want it. You gave me the opportunity. I want it right now. You know, because we have been disciplined.
You started the paperwork that day.
Yeah, because we just been and waited, and it was like perfect timing. And it turns out I beat the other guy that was trying to figure it out by like 12 hours.
Wow. Yep. And that's just meant to happen, man.
Yeah, totally.
Well, great story. Great to meet you. That's really like, it's very inspiring, you know, and I was like, can relate a lot, but it's fun to see other people who kind of go through what they go through to get where they are, because I feel like it sets something inside that you'll always remember that. It's like, you always remember where you came from. So as you're leading a business and growing a business, you're always having that same perspective on things and taking care of your people in such a way that people can't. I mean, if you're handed a silver spoon your whole life, it's hard to really understand what it means to go through something like that. Yeah, I remember. You know, I had to borrow my sister's credit card to fill up my truck to go knock doors to sell roofs. Yeah. And then I was staying on couches and at borrowed money to stay at a hotel for a couple months. And that's how I got into the business. You know, that was 8 years ago as well, which is crazy.
Boy, we got Bryce saying right here, living paycheck to paycheck makes the journey that much sweeter when you make it. Love this story. So when you guys literally, like, I know both of you guys' story, you guys literally took whatever you had and you went all in and bet all your chips, all in. When you did that, what percentage of success did you guys think you had? How confident were you guys when you made that move?
Okay.
I mean, for me, there was no doubt, but it wasn't because I didn't think I couldn't fail. It's because I had to make it work. I didn't have a choice. Mm-hmm. There wasn't another way. You know, when I got my first roofing job 11 years ago, I didn't have a choice. I had to knock doors and I had to make money. There wasn't another way. There wasn't a better way. This had to work, and I'd never done it before. You know, I didn't have any experience. I didn't have any reason to think that I was going to be great at it. It didn't matter though, because in my small town in Tyler, Texas, with 100,000 people in it and the job market in 2008, what else are you going to do? I mean, I could go wait or something, but that's not enough. Yep. So I had to make it work. I didn't have a choice. So I worked for a company that wasn't very great, didn't offer a great service, didn't offer a great product. I didn't get trained by anybody amazing. Nobody gave me anything special. They said, here's some cards, here's some flyers. I hope you make it. Go knock some doors, you know, and that's really
knock doors. Good luck, right?
That's about all the training I got. I mean, I had no idea how to read insurance paperwork. I'm out there trying to knock doors and sell roofs to people. I had to figure it out. And so after 6 months of heartache, I mean, I figured it out. You know, there was just no other option. So I just did it. And there were literally days where I would reach up to knock the door and I'd switch hands because that hand hurt, because these knuckles were tired, literally tired of knocking doors. I had to knock with the other hand because I had such a failure rate. I mean, I had such a poor conversion rate of getting onto people's roofs and getting to sign contracts because I was terrible. I mean, I wasn't anything. Nobody taught me anything. I didn't know anything about anything other than if I knock enough doors, somebody is eventually going to say yes to me. You know,
it's a numbers game, right?
There's some sheeple people out there that I could sell, you know, I could sell them anything. I just got to find that person that's dumb enough to say yes to me, and I got to knock enough doors to get there. So in that process, I figured it out and learned a lot. But, you know, yeah, so there we are.
Well, in the entitled industry or entitlement that we deal with in this industry, it becomes, you know, that part of it kind of gets lost. And there's a certain element of you got to be willing to do whatever it takes to make it happen. And that's what will create longevity. That's what will always help you appreciate what you've had to do to get to where you are. And you'll find great success with that, right? With that mindset, with that mentality.
Yep.
So I want to
let's go back a little bit.
I want to comment. I want to touch on real quick because Charles is usually tuning in, you know, on a regular basis. And a lot of people that hop on this show are usually, starting their company, or they're struggling a little bit and they're looking for advice. They're looking for some tips of how to kind of take their business to the next level. And he says, my work truck is a 2003 Ford diesel with 450,000 miles on it, that as well as my personal ride. Single parent, I'm finding working hard is the best way to grow. Now, with a situation like him, obviously, he's working his butt off. You guys have any tips for him to, maybe get out of that situation that he's in right now, grow and reach those financial goals that he wants to hit? Like, what advice do you have for someone like that?
Man, I mean, if you're going to ask me, I want to say a couple different things. One, first key is integrity. If you want to grow from this place to another place in life, whether it's financially, whether it's responsibility, whether it's in your family, you got to have integrity and be the person that everybody needs you to be. Not just your kids, not just your wife, but your customers. You got to be who they need you to be and do everything that you say you're going to do. And then as you do that, you'll develop into the kind of person that people want to work with, that they trust naturally, that it's easy for them to give you their job and assign your contract. But that's not fake. That's not a sales tip. I don't ever coach my guys on sales. Like, if you come to our sales meetings, they're not even that. It's like life coaching sessions. We talk about how to be better parents, better spouses, better friends, how to take care of people and love them, how to make our customers feel really important to us. We don't talk about how to close deals and, slick tricks of things to say at a door to get inside the house and all that kind of BS. Be the best person you can be. That's number one. I would say, number two, you can't give up. You got to keep working and go all in onto the thing that you think is going to make it, that's in your strength, whatever's in your wheelhouse. If it's knocking doors and selling roofs, do it 100%. Don't hold back at all. Give it all your time and effort. And, you'll see some fruit from that.
Yeah, I mean, you said it great. I think the one thing I would add is take a look around you. How is your social life? How is your social circle? Because we tend to be the result of the 5 people we spend the most time with, right? Are we spending time with people that are inspiring us, people that are teaching us, people that have what we want in life? Or are we spending time with people that are bringing us down in a negative direction? So I would take a look at yourself first, and then take a look at your environment around yourself and try to improve both. And as you do that, naturally things and opportunities will start to present themselves more and more and more and more. And I think a lot of people have this whole, you have a big business, you got lucky, right? It's not about luck. It's about doing right and putting yourself in position to capitalize on opportunities when they happen. Because they will happen. Luck will happen. It happens to everybody. Mm-hmm. But you just have to keep doing things for the right reasons with the right mindset. And then all of a sudden that quote unquote luck will start to happen and think the chips will start to fall in your direction.
Yeah. Like Charles just said, just sold my biggest job yet today. Everything you said is 100.
Boom. Love
it. Look at that. What about, it's okay, Heath, you were broke, right? Randy, you were bankrupt. Now you guys are having these massive, massive roofing companies. How, everybody has this vision of where they want to go, right? Everybody wants to have a huge, successful business, make an impact, right? But how do you break that down? Because to me, when I'm looking at that, it's a little intimidating, right? There's this huge vision. How do you guys go from where you were then to now, but not get overwhelmed?
Well, I think it's been overwhelming the whole time, to be real. There's no such thing as not being overwhelmed. It's learn how to deal with being overwhelmed all the time.
1000% true, man. If you don't think, I don't think I can do this, then you're not going to end up in a place like this. If you think I don't think I can do that and you don't try, then you're not going to be there. You're not going to be in the position where you're, making it huge or whatever, however you want to describe it. Not that I feel like I'm there, but I know what you're saying. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, if I didn't do things every time I thought, man, there's no way I can do this, there's no way I'd be here. You just got to keep doing those things that you don't think you can do initially, and that other people don't think you could do or should do. It's probably too big. It's too fast. It's too much, And I'm going to do everything I can do. I'm going to be the best at everything that I put my heart into. And so, since my motivation is for other people, it's not for myself and my own gain. I don't mind working hard and taking risks, you know, because I'm not doing it for me. I'm not trying to make a bunch of money for me. I'm trying to provide a great opportunity for all the people that I love and then provide a great service to the people. And so having them put first, it makes it easy for me to risk and push and sacrifice, you know?
Mhm.
Well, for those of you who are kind of coming up and looking at that, thinking, oh man, I'll never get to 3 million, 5 million, 10 million, 20, whatever you're measuring yourself against, like take what he's saying and doing things, putting others first and doing things, creating a business that helps other people and literally making that your focus. The rest just falls in, the rest just starts to come, you know, because having that mentality, I guarantee Heath has a team full of people that have the same giving, you know, teamwork, you know, humble type of mentality, because your vibe attracts your tribe, right? So focus on yourself, have a good vibe and do things for the right reasons, and you'll attract other people that want to do things for those same reasons. And next thing you know, you look back and you're like, holy crap, we just grew a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. I've worked for guys in the past that wanted to do the right thing for the customer because it was the best business thing to do. They realized, man, my business is going to grow better if I treat customers better. But to me, that's a step down from where you should be, which is I'm going to do the right thing because it's the right thing, regardless of whether I make money or not. And if doing the right thing for this customer means I'm going to lose money on this job, I'm going to do it because that's my commitment to the customer first, right? So Scripture talks about, you know, I'm not like a great Christian or anything. Don't like, you know, get this all mixed up. I'm not a great person, but you know, Scripture talks about seeking first the kingdom of God, and that all the other things in life will be added unto you if you seek that first. The same thing about our experience. If we seek first the customer and their experience, and all the other stuff's going to work out. The money's going to be there. That's going to work out fine. But we're going to get more customers, more happy customers, more referrals, and more money if really we are actually truthfully doing it because of the customer, not because it's going to get more money. You know?
Yeah.
I don't measure money. We don't have sales goals that measure profitability and all that crap. I want to make sure that the guys are selling enough that they can make a living and be happy. Above that, I don't care. I don't care if they sell 1 million or 2 million or 5. I don't even care about that. Make enough money to provide for your family and be happy in what you're doing and be able to be relaxed enough to be great to your customers. That's all the goal is, you know? And so I have guys that sell a ton. I mean, I got a guy right now that's like, you know, more than $2 million in this year of closed jobs, not sold jobs, closed jobs in a town of 85,000 people with no storm out in the middle of nowhere. And it's just residential jobs, no commercial, no nothing. The guy's a machine, but it's because he's prioritizing the customer. When he gets done with one job, he wants to find another customer to help. He's not looking for another paycheck. He's looking for another customer to help. And so that mindset, I feel like if you can embrace that, that'll make a world of difference for you. You'll enjoy what you're doing so much better. You'll have so much more vision and value in it. You'll appreciate what you're doing more. Your customers will appreciate it more. They'll feel more loved and taken care of, and you will get more referrals and you will make more money. But just the difference between doing this because it's going to make me more money and it looks right, or actually doing it because it's right and then not worrying about the rest. The rest will work itself out.
And because that's when they just start multiplying. Well, I'm going to interrupt, say what's up. My old man saying hi to everybody.
What's up?
Hello.
What's going on?
That's generation 2. I'm a 3rd generation contractor. So generation 2, you know, bless Grandpa's heart. He's over here. We still miss him, but yeah, that's the brothers family. That's what we do, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah, just please take care of the customer. The money will come. Oh yeah. If you worry about money, you won't have a customer. Worry about the customer, the money will come.
100%.
That's right.
I figured I'd interrupt. I'm here at his house hanging out, so I figured I'd let him jump in. But that mentality is exactly, if you take that and apply that to your whole business, right? Do things for the right reasons. Mm-hmm. Your ratings go up. People ask all the time, like, how the heck? Because we have a 4.9 star rating in one of the biggest markets in the country. We're encroaching on 200 reviews. How the heck do you do that? We do that because we go out of our way to take care of our customers. Like, I don't know how many tires I've bought, and I don't know how many paint jobs and siding and all these things I've done over the years just because we want to take care of our clients, whether we feel we're right or not. And here's what happens. Your customers start doing the work for you.
Oh, God, yes, absolutely.
And then, so that salesman, he's probably been with you more than a year, obviously, right? You build that mentality up. So we have guys as well. I got one guy, he does sell commercial, but he's at 3 right now. I have another guy almost at 2. and he's only residential, and it's literally almost more than half of his work is referrals.
Yeah.
His clients love him so much, they just keep calling him. He's their guy. Then all of a sudden, one of their clients knows somebody who knows somebody who all of a sudden gets you connected with like a property manager or something where you just get like 30 jobs piled on your plate. That sort of thing doesn't happen knocking doors. You don't get a relationship built to where people just start handing you jobs by just bloody knuckles, right? You have to build relationships and you have to take care of people and do things for the right reasons.
Okay, so we've been talking a lot about taking care of the customer, right? But another issue is keeping good people in the company, all right? Now, I got a chance to go to Elite's company party, the Christmas party, and I was like, man, I want to party here. I want to hang out here. I want to work here, right? Heath, I've met a couple people that work in your company. I've seen the stuff that you guys do online. I'm like, man, this looks like a lot of fun. I could definitely join this team. Now, what about treating your employees? Because a lot of people say, hey, this guy didn't work out, and they get all mad, they get angry, and they're like, I can't find anybody that's any good. Oh, they're stupid. What about treating the employees?
Yeah, I would say first, cultures are our biggest strength, but the first thing about culture is, it's really going to reflect you as the owner. If you if a bunch of guys you don't like that don't do good, I mean, you really got to you got to check yourself and figure out what are you doing that's drawing those people in, that's inspiring those results out of those people, that really you should look at that as an outflow of how you're running your business and how you're approaching them. So the way I view it is I view that my employees are my first customers. My employees are the people that I work for. My product and service is what I provide for them so that they can go out and provide the same thing to our actual customers, our end users or whatever. In creating that culture, we draw in people. We have more people that want to work here than I can ever use. So, that's just.
I said that the other day that we have a waiting list, and it was. I think people hear that and they're like, their mind is blown. Yeah. One of the biggest complaints I hear from small roofing companies: I can't find people. I can't find people. Okay, focus on your culture, focus on your purpose, focus on your values, and then people will start coming. They'll just come to you. But you gotta stick to your guns with that culture you build. Totally. One person that doesn't meet the criteria of your value system that you create within an organization can bring an organization down. It doesn't matter how high of a producer that person is. I always say this too: if you are the greener grass for somebody else will eventually be the greener grass for that same person.
Right.
Boom. Okay, so we actually got a follow-up question on that here from Bryce. Thanks, Bryce. Appreciate it. Do you feel employees are a direct reflection of who you are as an owner?
I mean, of course, there's exceptions to that, but as a whole, I would say yes. And I would say maybe more their output or their production. Maybe their character is not a reflection of your character because, you got a guy in the door that has some stuff you don't know about or whatever. But the product that they're putting out, I would say a lot of times is a reflection of you and what you're putting into your company. It's not always the case. I'm not trying to make that a hard and fast rule, but in general, if all of your guys are struggling with this problem, it's probably because it's an inherent problem to the system or the company or the culture, And if you're going to change it, it's got to start with you. If your guys are always late to appointments and don't value time and your customers, it's probably because you don't either, So, I mean, that's just an example. So it's not a hard and fast rule, but I would say in general, you at least got to take it to heart and see if it is first and evaluate it and be willing to change yourself and grow to combat that if you want to fix the problem.
I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean, it starts from the day you interview somebody. I mean, does an interview happen? Sit there. I'm almost done with this. I got 4 calls. I'll be there in a minute. I mean, their interview is at 1:00. They show up at 12:45. You make them wait till 1:30. What kind of tone and precedent does that set for your their entire experience working for you?
Right.
If you don't value your time, if you don't lead by example and do the things that you expect others to do, how can you expect them to go out and represent your brand every day in the best, most highest, most ethical way possible? Look around at some companies. If the owner is running around getting pissed off all the time, a hothead, something goes wrong, he's yelling and screaming at everybody. Now go interview the people that work there. Interview the salespeople. You're going to probably find a lot of people that happen to just have a similar attitude when things go wrong.
Totally.
It's almost like that group think, or that they get conditioned that a certain attitude or a certain way of doing things or a certain way of doing business is the norm or acceptable. And I think that is a reflection of the ownership.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
It's
what
like when you look at company pictures, it really appears that you have to have a beard to work here. Because I had a big beard, dude. It's funny, dude. Literally, back through all our social media, dude. Like almost every guy that ever joined this company has got a giant beard, and it wasn't on purpose. I don't, you can say it's for whatever reason in the world. I don't know, but it just multiplied out from here.
Do you guys
we got a bunch of beards. We got a bunch of golfers and a bunch of snowboarders. I would challenge my sales team to any other team across the country in snowboarding or skiing. It just is what it is, right? Like I got into this business because I love golfing in summer and snowboarding in the winter, and it just so happens that your vibe attracts your tribe. And I snowboard with my sales team all the time, and it's an awesome it's awesome.
Yeah, that's funny.
So do you guys have like what is it, the gel, or what is it for the beard? Is it wax? What is it? I don't even have a
beard butter, dude. Beard butter.
Do you guys share beard butter then at the company, or what? Do you guys?
No.
There's the stocking stuffer this year, right?
There's been lots of gifts of beard-related items for sure, but I've never shared it with anyone.
So what about? Okay,
let's get into the entrepreneur side of this, because I know Heath. And then we also gotta. Are we doing a giveaway tonight or what? Because we just had this show we're trying to get some tickets sold for as well, for the IMG Beyond the Storm show.
I'm pretty sure Jessica's watching, so we have to take that up with Jessica Burpee. If she's interested, maybe we can even get a ticket out for IMG. I don't know. We'll talk about that. So if she's listening, let us know. Oh, she just commented here. She says, Nick,
okay, here we go.
She said, You're gonna have to grow a beard by Anaheim. Okay, so I can try. I don't know if it's physically
good luck,
but I will give it my best. All right, it might be.
I think Nick would look like a stray dog if he tried to grow a beard.
That's what I was thinking. I don't know if you want any stray dogs at IMG, but you can let me know.
You already said it, brother. You got to be a man of your word, so no shaving from here.
There you go. Well, that's another one of our sponsors. So we want to make sure to drop the line that, especially if you're listening to the podcast or the replay later, it's imganaheim.com, and you can enter the promo code TRA special, and it'll get you 2 for 1 for tickets to the IMG Elite Beyond the Storm Conference. Once again, that's imganaheim.com.
Yeah, I would drop in and say that I went to the IMG in New Orleans. Is that where it was?
Yep.
Yeah, it was New Orleans, yeah.
Lots of great content, lots of stuff to go and learn, lots of people to see, and networking opportunities and stuff. It was good.
Well, she said
I think the networking is incredible.
Yeah, the networking is probably my favorite part, and the breakout sessions. But so Jessica said, on the ticket. So if you guys want to put in the comment, if you guys are interested in going, maybe we'll pick a winner. So let me know if you guys are interested in growing your business and checking out IMG Elite in Anaheim on January 22nd. Put it in the comments, and we'll figure it out. Okay, guys. But Randy, I think were you kind of steering the conversation?
Yeah, I was going to go into it. You know me, guys. I'm an entrepreneur, and I think my man Heath, both of us are one of those just rare birds that are just pure entrepreneurs at heart, even if we make dumb decisions and try stupid, crazy ideas. And I think one of his crazy ideas might have actually been a pretty cool one. So I want to talk a little bit about that. Let's talk about your crazy idea that you are working on right now.
Yeah, you talking about the catch-all?
Oh,
yeah, man.
Yeah. So basically the catch-all was born out of my experience being a project manager, of just wanting my people to have the best experience possible, and really hating it when I did an incredible job getting someone's roof approved and getting everything paid for, getting all the line items, replacing everything, getting an amazing roof, waterproofing everything, putting on all these cool details that, regular homeowner doesn't really notice, but I felt like we're awesome because I'm a roofer. So I'm trying to pimp the roof out. I do my best job. And at the end of the day, they're upset because there's some burnt grass and some nails, just killed me. Because I'm like, man, I just did a $30,000 roof job. And this lady's upset because there's 5 nails at the bottom of a downspout or something, and her grandkids are going to run by. And, in the beginning, my perspective was wrong because I felt like everything else I did was so big and this is so small. But really, at the end of the day, it's a big deal to them. And so I had to take it to heart, understand that I was wrong, adjust my mindset, and figure out how to keep the customer happy. And so it just started this journey of trying so hard to get rid of that problem, because it just killed me. It just annoyed me so much. It would frustrate me that we would do such amazing work in every other area. and we'd smash a bush or break some flowers or something, and that would be what the customer's experience was about. And I'd be like, man, there's 99 other moving parts in this process that went great, you know? And then here we are talking about this one thing at the end of the job, and this is going to be their impression. This is going to be the thing that they remember. This is the thing they talk about their homeowner friends, the neighbors. Yeah, he did great. We did this, but you know, man, they just really messed up my azaleas or whatever it is, you know?
Yeah, my favorite rose bush, and he just broke it, and it'll never be the same.
That's how they know you now, yeah.
I grew that rose bush from cuttings from my great-grandma's house in Indiana, you know? So yeah, I just started trying so hard to figure out how to protect the house with all kinds of tarps and plywood and nets of all kinds. I mean, everything I could think of. And really, it was a 4-year journey from when I started really trying hard. And I started out with, like I said, the tarps and the plywood, and then that was doing better, but not great. So then I tried, you know, getting better magnets. And I ended up finding these magnets out of Denver, rolling magnets, for $750 a piece. They're supposed to be like the most powerful magnets on the planet. They're going to pull like Civil War bullets out of the ground from like 10 feet down or something. It's just, I bought one for every crew and every one of my project managers. And then that was okay. So then I bought metal detectors for every project manager and one for every crew. And I mean, just trying, and you know, I made little differences here and there, but we'd still get callbacks for people that wanted us to come back and re-clean it, or somebody that popped their lawnmower tire, or somebody who had poked their kid's foot through their flip-flop or whatever it was. And so really, I just started brainstorming and trying and experimenting with these nets that I had discovered, and trying to figure out how to attach them to the house or hang them from the gutters and all these different things. And really over time, I just started experimenting with physical stuff. I bought it. I started hanging it and draping it and clipping it on the stuff, and came up with what you guys can see now as the catch-all. You know, it's a system of nets that wraps around the house, covers up the grass, and there's some pieces that insert and protect the gutters from damage, because, you know, I kept having to replace little sections or big sections of gutters that get dented or scraped during the install.
Mm-hmm.
So here we are. We came up with the catch-all, and we closed our pre-order period out about, we sold a ton of them. We did better than we're gonna do. So they're being made right now. They're like halfway through production. They're going to start shipping here soon. And yeah, I mean, I hope it revolutionizes the way roofing is done, because so many customers have a poor opinion of roofers because they didn't feel like their house was really taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is investment. This is their abode. This is their dwelling. This is the place that they want to be. That's like their paradise. And if we leave it in shambles, you know, shambles, I say, according to them, because, you know, it's a construction site. It's a construction site. There's going to be nails. There's going to be trash. Stuff's going to get trampled. You know, that's a part of the deal. Well, that's just not good enough anymore, because people don't care about my problems. They care about their problems. So I just decided to solve it the best I could. So we developed 5 of them in the beginning and have been using them in the field for more than a year. We've got all our patents all locked down. We've got the sources all worked out. We've got them, you know, on the way. Our first large production run is going to be here soon. And it's revolutionizing our customers' experience. And I thought, you know, we have a lot of crews. In the summer this year, we'll probably peak in the neighborhood of, you know, 30 to 35 crews a day in the spring and summer. And I thought maybe I could keep it proprietary, you know, because if I did make it proprietary and we grew even faster because of it, you know, next year I could have 40, 50 crews a day. That's a lot of business. And but at the end of the day, that's not really who I am. I want to make everything better for everybody. So I decided to make it, you know, something that anybody could buy, and hopefully in raising the overall impression of roofers, you know, from a customer's perspective, that alone will make my business easier. You know, if people don't hate roofers and distrust roofers, then, you know, maybe my business will grow because of that. But really the whole industry, I think, will get better, and maybe drive some of the yahoos out who don't care about details and don't want to take care of customers. Maybe the space will get good enough that those people can't survive anymore, and, you know, that'll be awesome. So,
well, and that's kind of the same mentality. That's kind of the same mentality behind the academy. You know, it's like, teach people how to do things. Teach people the business side of this. Teach people how to do things the right way, or at least show them kind of that it can be done, right? And you know, who knows? Maybe the good will rise. The cream will rise to the top. Level the playing field by putting the information out there, putting the great product out there, and then see what happens. But at the end of the day, I think it's helpful because it raises the whole value of our industry.
Right. And I appreciate that. You know, the company that I started working at, the first day that I joined that company, the first thing I taught was adjusters are the enemy. And the second thing I was taught was how to give away a deductible. And then that company wondered why they could never make enough money and why they could never keep people and why the people that work for them were always taking shortcuts and cutting corners and not treating their customers right, you know? And so the day I decided that I was going to collect every penny of every deductible because it was the right thing to do, regardless of how easy it was or how many people I lost, I just decided I was going to do it because it was the right thing to do. And the whole market around me just started to rise and more people started doing it. And then the prices went up and the customer's experience went up. And now roofers in our area, like in some of the small markets we're embedded in, roofers aren't the worst people on the planet anymore. You know, because the gate got driven out, the pricing went up, you're able to take care of your customers better, you're able to pay your people better. And because they're paid better and they're happier, they take care of their customers better and you get more business. And it's just like this cycle, you know? And so
compounding.
Yeah, we've seen it in our small markets because we kind of have initially started in small markets of 100,000, 80,000. Now we're growing into Houston and Dallas and, you know, bigger markets like that. But in the small markets where we can see the difference a lot faster, it's just raised the standard for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's awesome. We've seen it in a big market.
Yeah.
You know, we focus in a really big market, and there's a handful of us that I'm very connected in that market. I know all the roofers and everybody who's doing some serious, you know, business and doing things. We all we actually, there was a law that was passed, and I was part of, you know, the team of people that were at the Capitol making sure this thing got adjusted and done the right way. It made it it physically made it illegal, and that was a game changer because we were already on the notion like we're not going to give away deductibles. However, other people are still doing it and they're going to continue doing it. How to give ourselves more leverage? But having that legal document that changes the game.
Yeah, that's awesome. I wish we could get something like that passed here in Texas. It's a battle. It's a big state, but you know,
it's a battle down there. But so
hey,
we got a ticket to give away. I do need to try to wrap here in just a couple minutes.
Yeah, well, with the catch-all too, guys, I have that in the comments. If you guys want to check that out, also awesome videos, man. It turns out Mr. Heath Hicks over here has some backgrounds in the media side of things, so he has some sweet videos. At least go check those out.
I was going to let you guys know too, if you're watching this, we closed the pre-order down. But if you're watching this and you want to get the catch-all at the pre-order price, I have a promo code for you.
What you got?
Holiday pre-order 18, all one word, no caps, just holiday.
Throw that in the comments.
Okay, I'll see if I can figure that out.
I got it, man. Holiday pre-order 19, and then you're gonna get the pre-order pricing.
Yes, yeah. If you put that in at checkout, it'll give you there's a little discount on the kits right now. If you put that in, that'll further discount it down to what the pre-order price was. And we'll leave it up for, I don't know, maybe 5 days or something so people that watch this can get in there and snag it. But, you know, that'll be really your last chance unless you find another code. If we do it maybe at some other show later. But the stuff's about here and it's about to go on sale at retail price. So if you want to sneak in and get one, holiday pre-order 18.
Cool.
One thing too about it that I noticed that was pretty cool was like, you think a yard sign's good marketing. Imagine having your big logo on this thing all over the home. That's solid marketing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, totally. Go watch that video at least, even if you're not sure, just at least go watch the video on our website there. It's, you know, we ended up with like 550,000, 600,000 views like that, something like that on Facebook. It was crazy.
Yeah. Geez.
Cool.
Hey, we got Rick.
Well, you can definitely count me down for one. I just have a hard time with so many crews. I mean, how do I, if I'm running a lot of crews in the peak of the season like you are, like 15, 20 crews, that's going to be difficult, but we'll get there. I'll get my crews to go to figure that out one way or another.
Look at that. We got one sale right there. Let's go, baby. Love it. Love it. But yeah, here, our boy Rick, man, we actually got to meet at Job Nimbus as well, man. He's part of the Roofing Academy. Great guy. Joined the show. Hey, guys. What's up, bud? Thanks for tuning in.
How you doing, man?
Appreciate it, man. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure Jessica gave us the go-ahead to give away that ticket. So I figured who'd be better than the guy who has 450,000 miles on his truck right now, hey? How about our boy Charles, who's constantly engaging? He's looking to grow his business, man. So, hey, if you do have interest in going to that, Charles, just put it in the comments or message me. I just sent you a DM on the side. Man, we'd love to help you out and get you engaged and network with a lot of the people who are looking to grow their businesses, and hopefully they can help you out.
Congrats, Charles, man. The show will be the key, and it'll connect you with the right people, as I talked about earlier. You know, you want you want to go somewhere where people are that have the success that you want to have, this show is a great start to that. You know, some of the industry leaders in all aspects are going to be there, and there's no better place to get yourself connected around some like-minded and highly successful people.
And Jessica gave us a thumbs up, so it looks like we're good to go on that ticket giveaway.
Awesome.
So that's good.
Congrats, Charles, man. Yeah, thanks for your support.
Yeah, man. I'll get a beard going for it. All right. Well, cool, guys. Hey, guys, I know Randy. So Randy's out in Arizona. I know he's got some family time he's got to kind of take care of and enjoy. Heath, it's 8:30 over for you in Texas, man. So I really, really appreciate you jumping on, man. This was one of the shows that we had planned out for like 6 weeks, so I was really stoked for it, man. Thank you so much, man. Episode 41 with our boy Heath Hicks.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. It's been fun.
All right, my man. Hit me up next time you're in the Denver area, dude. I look forward to connecting with you more, man. It's always a pleasure.
Sounds good, brother. You do the same if you're in Dallas.